This comment officially has me irked. I was showing off in my prior video how to wear a Readimask over your nose to the dentist, and this commenter says this totally defeats the whole purpose. I don't fully understand what you're saying. I think you're saying that if you just wear a Readimask over your nose, it's not helpful. One, I think you're wrong. Two, I wish you said this in a more curious or questioning way rather than making an assertion, because ultimately, three, I highly doubt you've looked into this for even a minute. I doubt you've seen a Readimask before watching my video. I don't think you looked up information, videos. You're just shooting from the hip, and I think you're incorrect. I'm happy to be wrong. I just don't think I am in this case, and let's talk about why. This video is linked below, but I'm wearing a Readimask, which is a metal-free N95 NIOSH rated mask, and this is designed to go around your whole face, but you can hack it to just cover your nose, and people do this for dental appointments. And so this comment is saying that this doesn't work. I obviously think it works because I did it and decided to show a bunch of people. I know people who've gotten sick at the dentist. People have commented on my last video, linked below. There is someone in the comments who said, I wish I knew about this. I got sick at the dentist and did not have a good time. They didn't say those last 3 or 4 words, but that was the intent of their message, was I got sick and it was not pleasant and I wish that hadn't happened, and maybe this trick would have stopped me from getting sick. So I had seen this method on COVID Twitter maybe last year at some point, and I stashed it away for the next dental appointment. I knew I was going to do this. So one, I wanted to look up some technique, and two, I wanted to make sure that it actually worked. So I looked at this video by Gerard Hughes, and what he has here is a quantitative fit tester. And let's talk about fit tests. There are 2 ways to measure if a mask is giving you a good fit. The first is qualitative fit testing. There's 2 main ways to do qualitative. One is to put on the mask, try and get it to seal around your face, and then breathe in and out and hold your hands by the edges of the mask to see if any air is coming out or going in. That's kind of the by feel qualitative fit testing. An even better approach is what this describes. I'm going to move out of the way so you can read it if you want to. So with this type of qualitative fit test, you nebulize, which means spraying out a fine mist, basically. You can use like a Bitrex bitter solution, or I believe a saccharin sweet solution. And a qualitative fit test is more of a yes, no, pass, fail. Can you detect those particles making it to your nose? If you can, it means the mask didn't filter them out. If you don't taste the bitter or sweet, it means the mask worked. The second type of fit testing is quantitative. So you make a tiny hole in the mask, you connect it to the machine, and the machine measures how many particles are in your breathing zone inside the mask. And so I watched this video. Gerard did a few tests and got a fit test. I think one of them was 300, which is extremely, extremely good. 100 is considered a pass in workplace regulations most of the time. And then I think when talking and moving around and wearing it longer, I think the fit test was 100. So this method works if the edges are sealed. The air going into your nose is a N95 quality. N95s filter out about 95 or often more % of all particles, basically. So I could have messed up the seal on the sides. It may have come loose at some point here and here during the dental appointment. It felt pretty good to me. The second issue, I think what most people are thinking about, is you're blocking your nose. What about your mouth? Well, when you're laying down in the dental chair, you know how they have to like suction out drool, basically? You're not swallowing all that because often your tongue is blocking your airway, or you can consciously do that. So now I'm going to do a goofy demonstration to show my mouth being wide open, but breathing through my nose. Okay, ready? There's no difference. Hope that was, willing to be goofy for science. So that's what I was doing at the dentist. The air was going into the mask, into my nose, down to my lungs. I was not breathing through my mouth as well as I could. Now, the dentist did talk to me, or the technician talked to me a few times, and it's possible, out of habit, I might have said, yeah, blah, 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 and like breathed in a tiny bit through my mouth. I don't really know. Point is that I was trying to breathe through my nose as much as possible, and the vast majority of the time I was there, I was breathing through my nose. And so I didn't make this video just to talk shit to you, although it's a fun part of it, but there's 2 points. One is that explaining how all these things work is kind of helpful, but also maybe 3. So 2, there's just a general etiquette point about being curious, being inquisitive, not arguing with someone unless you've put in at least a little bit of time. And even if you are going to argue, be nice about it potentially. But 3, there's just so much black and white thinking, all or nothing. Let's say that I tried to use that Readimask and there was a small hole in the seal, or a few times I breathed in through my mouth. That still protected me a lot more than having nothing. And my question to some of these comments is, what are you proposing, or what's your alternative? So you're thinking that what I'm doing doesn't help at all. It defeats the whole purpose, and it's just not true. It helps somewhat. I think it helps a lot. Even if you think it only helps a little bit, what is the alternative? You want me to do nothing. You want me to go to the dentist, breathe in all the air like a normal person. Everything we can do to avoid getting sick is, I'm not going to say always worth it. It depends what the pros and cons are. For about $1 or $2, I looked goofy. That's the main cost. And I lowered the chance of me getting sick very, very low. Also, I timed this appointment to be first of the day and in spring. So I engineered it so that there was a very, very, very low chance I would get sick at this dentist appointment. And people can call that hypochondria. I don't care. I never was like this before COVID, and that's because COVID is a paradigm shift. It's really, really contagious. It's really, really prevalent. It messes up people's blood vessels. It messes up people's immune system. It messes up people's brains. I can go on for hours about all the different scientific studies of how COVID fucks people up. And ultimately what's going on is that people, it's scary. They don't want to deal with it. I don't know if that's this commenter's problem, but people taking efforts to protect themselves, even if it is imperfect, really bothers people, and I would encourage you to get over it.